Hello everyone, and welcome back to a new episode of Dungeon Crawl Stone Soup. We're playing a Mummy Venom Mage of Gozag, and we're about halfway through the lair here. Right? Did anything bad happen on lair 5? No, we just haven't gone yet. Alright. Anything on the rest of lair? No. Just there's a Hydra upstairs, which I think actually isn't there anymore. But I don't want to mess with it. Anyway, lair 4. Done with lair 4. Going to lair 5. We were going to turn off stealth once it got to 5, I think. And then I'm not sure what exactly to train. Like some more magic of some kind. You know, maybe more poison, maybe something else. I don't know, the character feels like fine right now. Nessos, huh? How likely is, like, hexing him is pretty good. But I'd rather just leave him alone. Wow, I don't have a lot of spells. I haven't even cast Mephitic Cloud once, come to think of it. Feels a little silly. A runed door? Interesting. Well, let's not open it right now, I guess. You never know what's going to be behind a runed door. It can be pretty nasty sometimes. I can bribe branches. Great. Oops, I'm attacking the plant. Whatever. Let's identify Wand of Fire. I kind of actually want some evocations, I think. So that's what I'm going to do as soon as... I'm just start training now so I don't forget, but once stealth hits 5, I'll turn it off, and that's how I'll justify the experience I'm spending on evocations, is that I'm done training stealth. I was remembering recently that... Nope. not going in there. That I watched... Oh no, it was Gamafunk commenting on one of my videos, like, why was I using such crappy summoning spells on my summoner? And I was like, well, I just don't have enough points in summoning to cast all the good ones yet. And you know, this was quite late in the game that I was in a ziggurat and I couldn't cast summon horrible things. And he was like, oh, you know, after he looked at it a little more, he was like, oh, I see. Your character is built more like a tank. Like, I guess you don't really need summon horrible things. And I guess that's just how I tend to build my characters. Like, I don't know. It seems to me like the obvious way to do things is to be in the thick of things on most characters, really, with Tab. But, you know, I know Gamafunk is a good player, and, like, he does speed runs on summoners. And, like, I know that for speed running, you mostly don't want... Why did I exclude that? That's, like... whatever. You mostly don't need... Or rather, like, you want your summons to do most of the work so that you can spend those turns channeling to gain MP. But I don't know, like, is that true even for non-speed runs? Like, is it... Oh, God, this stupid Hydra. Is it also a good idea to... Like, I'm having trouble getting this idea out of my brain. am I building these spellcasters wrong? Like, obviously it's sort of right enough in that I can generally win, but am I missing out on stronger characters by focusing so much more on melee? And I don't know, maybe. I don't want that junk. Ugh, I don't want to fight a Hydra at all. I don't know, and maybe sometime I'll try building like a character. It's like for conjurers, I get it. I don't want much melee, although I still train a little bit just in case. But I can see like building a conjurer where you just don't, where that's how you do damage, because you don't need a ton of ways to deal damage, right? You need a way to deal damage, or enough ways anyway that you can kill everything. Like, we have poison, which can kill a lot of enemies, but for enemies that it can't kill, like, we have melee, right? If poison could kill everything, would I need melee? You know, maybe not. But I could try, like, building a summoner who just only gets summons, and that's, like, the only way you kill things. I could give that a try. It feels very strange to me. But maybe I'm missing out on, like, this amazing character who can do Dragon's Call in Lair or whatever. Like, I know you can do that as a... Oh! Ah! Kirka! Alright, we have that big old magic resistance, so this should be not as big a problem. And Toxic Radiance should help a lot against her. Her and the hogs. Like on a deep elf, you can have Dragon's Call up by the end of Lair if that's what you want to do with your life. Not every race could do that, but you could have it up like normally. I just don't bother with level 9 spells. You don't need them to win the game. And other people don't bother with melee and would probably say the same thing. You don't need it to win the game. And I don't know. Maybe I'm looking at it from a biased perspective. There we go. +9 dagger already. Great. From this biased perspective of, like, I know melee is great, so I use it all the time. And I don't understand why you would go without it. But then, like, there are people who do. And I think that's what Gamafunk was implying, is that, like, on his summoners, he just builds way more glass cannon-y, with a lot less fighting and dodging and more summoning and int and spellcasting. So I don't know. I mean, like I was saying, he's a good player, and the fact that he was surprised at the style of character that I always play suggests that there is another fairly good way you can play. So I don't know. It just doesn't seem like good to me. It's hard to convince myself to even try it because I know that what I'm doing now is good, and then there's this other thing that... Dang it, I didn't turn off stealth. Alright, whatever. It got to 6. Fine. And so it's hard to even, like, try it because I know it's... I don't need to do that in order to win. But I don't know. I would like to be able to branch out. And I mean, I say this as, like, a greater player, right? Someone who has won every role and every race. Like, I can branch out. I can play any background, but, like, background and race are sort of different from playstyle, right? You can play a Venom Mage like a Gladiator is kind of what I'm doing here. I'm just using Toxic Radiance to soften things up before I march in there with a dagger. But I think you could play a much more spellcasting focused style. I don't know. It's just like the advice that I got when I was a newer player is that like you shouldn't do that. You should not think of your background as dictating is the word I was thinking of. Everything you're going to do with your character forever. You know, it's just to get you started, and like melee is just good, so you should train some of that. But like even I've had a couple characters who didn't do much in terms of melee. Like I had a Tengu Conjurer, was my Conjurer win, and he I did actually train up enough maces and flails to get an Evening Star going eventually. But he just had so little strength that it like didn't do any damage. You know, I was like hitting zombies with a holy Evening Star, and it was like not doing any damage. I was like, what the heck is going wrong? And it was just that like I didn't have the right stats. And so on that character, I was basically going no melee effectively. Speaking of no melee, I did actually like go 0 melee all game for a CSDC challenge. And so like that's a thing I know I can do. It just doesn't like seem good. I did it and it was horrible, and I'm never doing it again, is what I said to myself. All right, so Azukuba's armor is great. And I've got 4 evocations. Like I could stand to have some more, but I am immediately going to work on Azukuba's armor. And I'll let fighting. Yeah, fighting is a great spell. I'll keep it. Not spell, skill. Fighting is a good spell, sure. Okay. All right, this Hydra is kind of making things a little more exciting than I would like. So I think we're gonna stair dance a little. And then just find a new staircase. Wait, that looked like an escape hatch, actually. Ah, slime, that's what it was. That's an escape hatch. This is other stairs. And I'm glad to see that it looks like our stealth is paying off. Like that monster, if we had needed to avoid it, we could have. That spiny frog, like it didn't notice us for a while. And that's all I really need out of stealth is the ability to avoid fights. I'm not going to be a mummy stabber. I mean, you could. There's nothing wrong with it. And I have that spell, Warp Weapon, which is just like a great direction to go when stabbing stops working. But I've already got, like, I don't know. I could go stabbing, actually. Could I? Alright, I should stop holding down tab now. There's enough stuff on the screen that was, kind of did that for too long, really. I was surprised by how well it worked, though. See, like, we just hold down tab and then stuff is dead. It's, you know, mummies aren't that hard, ha ha ha. I mean, sort of, they're not, right? I mean, we're doing fine. Being a mummy is meaning we can't branch out as much. But, you know, the character is not impossible. You can see I'm basically just tabbing through layer 8 here. And I haven't gotten any, like, amazing drops. Like, look what I'm wearing, right? I have, you know, leather armor of get some more cold resistance you don't need. I found Azukuba's armor, but I forgot to cast it at all, so it's not helping. How much would it? Alright, it gives me 6 armor. Fine. This looks, yeah, this is the Deep Troll Shaman with the pets in his cave. I think this is a small ending, so like over here, there's probably like wolves or something. Nice. These guys got petrified. So we can just stab the heck out of them. Okay, it's getting a little bit messy in there though. Gotta watch my health. Okay, that's pretty bad. He's poisoned though, so let's just back off. Yeah, now he's distracted and we can just crank up the poison a little more. Got him. And, you know, if we'd had to, we could have used a potion petition there, but it was fine. Bleh. Can I, like... Whoops, maybe I shouldn't have done that. That made a lot of noise. On the other hand, it confused the Catoblepus, so, I mean, what else could I really ask for? I should be using Azukuba's armor more than I am. I gotta remember I have it now that I in fact do have it. But this Deep Troll Shaman should be fine. There's no trolls around for him to buff, so yeah, see ya. Battle Axe, but no thanks. So basically this is a wand. That's our loot. Where'd he go? Here he is. Wand of Draining, fine. And there's these dang hydras everywhere. Bleh. I don't like that area. Let's just take these stairs. See what's over here. We're just sort of dodging the hydras, which is fine. Ooh, oh, I can't learn regeneration because I'm a mummy. I'm too dead. The rest of the stuff in here is just not that good. Yeah, I don't really want any of it. Hydras everywhere, jeez. Can I, like, kill hydras? Is that a thing I can do? I would sort of like to be able to do that. Like, one hydra, a 4-headed hydra, with Azukuba's armor. This ought to be okay, right? This is fine. I can kill a 4-headed hydra. 8-headed could be a little problematic. I would want to be a little more careful there. Where is the shallow water? Here. All right, whatever. Yeah, so I don't know if I want to chase down any 8-headed hydras anytime soon, but it looks like I can, like, Electrocution is such a strong brand. I know I said this before, and we'll say it again. But on a dagger that's +9, like, it's pretty good. Even just a +9 dagger that wasn't Electrocution would be pretty good, because daggers attack so much that the +9 bonus is applied many times. All right, looks like that was Lair. So this was actually a pretty quick video. We finished up Lair. The second half was faster than the first half. That doesn't happen to me too often. I don't think. But we're done with the dungeon, the lair. So I think that this is it's a short video, but it's fine. And then in the next video, go try out Orc 2 again. See how bad it is. I'm still a little worried about Orc 2. So that's what you got coming up. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you next time.